Okay, we are back. Let's be sure that we are live once again. I really don't know what's happening with Facebook today, but for some reason, we're not able to go live on Facebook. Um, I'm just going to leave it. I've tried severally and it's not working today. So we'll just be live on Instagram and YouTube. For some reason, Facebook, oh my Lord, a lot of things are just, okay, oh Lordy. Okay, so give me a second. Today is one of those days. So let me see. Okay. I don't really know what's happening, but even on Instagram, we've lost our live. Something is up today. Something is up today. Okay. But we are live on YouTube. I'm sure of that. I'm sure of that. I'm just not sure of any other place right now. I'm going to try and go live on Instagram again. Let's see how it happens. You know, all this technology, sometimes this is how it is. This is how it is. Oh, really? Okay. Coach Ify says I'm live on Facebook. So I can't see it for some reason. For some reason, I myself cannot see it. So, okay, well, that's good. If I'm live on Facebook, that's fine. All right, so I think we can start. Let me just go ahead. So, welcome to Growth Habits with Ngozi. I am your personal guide on this journey of growth. Um, yeah, today is a very special day. Truly, today is a very, very special day. Okay, Instagram is not working, so I'm going to leave it. Today is a very special day. We have a couple of things today. Um, After this session, we have a very special program. We're launching our book after this session. So please just hold on for that. Also, even as you're here for this session. All right. So truly, I can't see the Facebook. I can't explain why. But if you say I'm live, Coach Ify, that's fine. That's fine. So let me just do a quick recap before I bring our guest for today. We have a special guest for today. We've been doing this series on, habits for several sessions now, cultivating habits that will help us grow, that will help us have a productive year. And we started with the first session, we talked about the science of habits, and we explored the habit loop. That's cue, routine, reward. We looked at those things and how consistent actions, no matter how small those actions are, they will help shape your future. The key insight we took away from that day is that you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems, the level of your habits. That is that first session. The next session we did was breaking bad habits. And we just looked at some practical steps that will help us to stop whatever it is that's holding us back, those habits that are holding us back. We try to take specific habits and looked at ways to break those habits. And in that session, we agreed that you don't just break bad habits, you have to replace them with better ones. Yeah. The next session we talked about atomic habits in action. That was the first time we had Coach Ify in this series, and she talked about the power of tiny, consistent steps, being able to just do little things over time, and it compounds and it grows. So the key insight we took away from that day was, of course, big changes start small, and that 1% improvement every day is essential. It leads to exponential growth. Then the next session we had was morning routines for a successful day. We had Jennifer Mike Alecha that day, and she talked about being able to build your spirit, your mind, your body by what you do when you wake up in the morning. The routines that you establish when you wake up in the morning, how it affects the rest of your day. The next session, we talked about building consistency. Why showing up matters more than motivation. So many a times we think, oh, I need to be motivated. Just show up, even if you're not motivated. It helps you. Consistency trumps motivation every time, because motivation can wane. It goes up, it comes down. Today your motivation is 100, tomorrow it is 0. So consistency always trumps motivation. And we know also, we agreed that day that consistency helps to build your confidence. When you keep showing up, keep doing what you need to do. For example, you need to lose weight, you're going to the gym, you keep showing up, you do 1 rep, 5 reps. Before you know it, you can do 10 reps of that exercise, you can do 15, 20. But if you didn't start with 5, wouldn't be anywhere. And last week, we talked about mindset habits, cultivating a growth mindset. On that day, we had Constance Agum. She's a John Maxwell certified coach. She came that day and she talked about cultivating a growth mindset. And the key insight we took away that you don't need a new result, really. You need a new mindset to get to where you want to get to get to that new person that you want to be. So you don't need any new results. It's not, no, what you need is a new mindset to get your mind in the right place. So today, this is a session we should have had 2 weeks ago. But that day, as I told us last week, I welcomed my first grandchild, so I couldn't meet up with that session. So today we are bringing Coach Ify to talk about time management. All right, let me just admit her. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, we have Coach Ify today, and she's going to talk about time management habits, mastering your schedule, and priorities. We all talk about time management, and we all think we are good managers of time until we are not. Realize that there is a lot we need to learn, there's a lot we need to do. So welcome, Coach Ify. She's no stranger to growth habits. She has been with us severally. So welcome, and I think
Thank
you can
you. Thank you.
complete your
I think you can.
session.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can
Well,
hear you loud and clear.
that's good. That's good.
Mhm.
Okay. I was seeing you on Facebook. I even reshared you on my. I don't know why you could not see it, but it's going on Facebook.
Okay.
Sometimes technology happens like that. We just have to flow with what we
Yeah,
have.
that is it.
So
That is it.
you're all welcome to this session. I'm excited because time management is one thing I am big on. Really, that is just one of my big points that has made me very productive, has made me less stressed, you know, that is time management. And I will say this, I'll start by saying this. You don't need more time because sometimes we all think, if only I had a little more time. If I only had a little more time. You don't need more time. You need more clarity. You need better habits. I'll say that again. You don't necessarily need more time. You need more clarity. You need better habits. Unfortunately or fortunately, our time is fixed. That means each of us will have 24 hours in a day. So if you are, I keep saying, if you are unable to manage 1 hour well, you can never manage 10 hours well. Talk less of managing 24 hours well. So before I ask a question that I always ask when I talk on time management is, what is time management? When we talk about time management, what does it really mean? So time management is you not just planning, but you intentionally. Some people just go through out the day and things might just fall in place, but they were not intentional about it. So
Mm-hmm.
time management is you intentionally planning and controlling your time so that it will align with your actions, the things you do will align with the goals you want to achieve, will align with your priorities, will align with your energy. That is time management. I'll take that again. Time management is you intentionally planning and controlling your time so that the things you do with your time will align with the goals you want to achieve. If you wanted to you want to have good results in school, your actions should be reading to align with that goal of achieving that. It should align with your energy because you know, okay, in the morning I'm more energetic, or in the afternoon I'm more energetic, and it will align with your priorities, the things that are important to you. So if you can understand this, the meaning, the explanation of time management, you are able to run with it. So the question I want you to answer in the comment section is, if you have 1 hour extra, we all have 24 hours. So if you have
Mm-hmm.
1 hour extra in a day, what would you do with it? Write it down. What you do that 1 hour? What
Mm-hmm.
is that thing that you've been wanting to do that you do with it? You know, if I have 50 people, 70 people say they will sleep. That's the answer I get. 50 to 70% of people, they say they are going to sleep. Some will say, I'm going to watch a movie. Some would say, I'm going to read. Some would say, I'm going to travel, different things. So I would love to read. Maybe I can't see it now, see it later. I would like to read. If you have 1 more hour in a day, what are you going to do with that 1 more hour? And this is what I'll answer you. That extra 1 hour, that extra activity, that extra action that you're going to do in that extra 1 hour, I want to encourage you. I want to employ you. I want to command you. I don't know which stronger word to use to put it as a priority in your 24 hours
Mm-hmm.
because that is what you want to do. That you're having 1 extra hour. So find a way. If you want 1 hour of sleep, what can you cut that you have that 1 hour of sleep? For example, me, I changed the time I'm waking up in the morning. So I have to change the time I go to bed in the night. So
Exactly.
sometimes if you want something, you have to know where to get it from. So where are you going to
True.
get this 1 hour from? What are you going to change? So if you say, okay, I want to read a book more, so maybe you have to stop watching TV 1 hour. Or if you want to sleep more, maybe you have to stop watching Facebook 1 hour or watching a film. If you want to go out to do exercise more, maybe you have to stop lying, sleeping. You wake up 1 hour earlier. So you have to go back and see the thing you can exchange it with and start doing it. So, what I don't like people doing, myself and anyone I talk to, try as much as possible to have less regrets in life. You only have one chance at life, and those things that are important to you, that 1 hour extra that you want to use, please fix it someplace into your life. Fix it someplace into your life. So before I go into the tools or strategies that you can use to manage your time, we're talking about time management, we're talking about mastering your schedules and your priorities. So before I go into those tools that might help you, that will help you to manage your time, I will ask this question again. How valuable is your time? Your time. How valuable is it to you? If you have to put your time in money, if you have to value it in money, how much is it? How much is it? Funny enough, something happened this week. I think yesterday. Yeah, this week started yesterday at my working place. So one of my bosses was saying to somebody, he said, can you do this thing for me? I'll pay you 50 euros in 1 minute. It was a joke. I'll pay you 50 euros in one minute. Then she said, please, yes, yes, yes. And I now told the lady, I said, if she gives you 50 euro, you can sell the job to me for 30 euros and you gain 20 euros for not doing nothing, and I'll get 30 euros. And funny enough, me myself, I can sell the job to somebody that will do it for 10 euros. You understand? Because one person values their time and now said, 50 euro is good money, but I can give somebody money to save that my time. It's not all about
Yeah.
money, it's about valuing your
Mm-hmm.
time. You are giving up that money, but she has her time and she has 20 euros, not 50 euros to have done that, but she has 20 euros or she has 30 euros, but she has her time. So you need to value your time. So my question is, how valuable is your time? You have to value your time, and there are some things that happens when you don't manage your time. There's some things that happen when you manage your time. One of the things that happen when you manage your time is you increase your productivity. You get more things done when you
True.
manage your time because you are focusing on what matters. So that means when you have poor time management, you have poor or low productivity because you are all over the place, you're not focused. So that's one benefit of you managing your time. Secondly, when you manage your time, you have a better work-life balance in the sense that you're able to see exactly what you're doing with your time. And you say, oh, I'm spending more time on this task, and this task is failing because you are seeing it, you have managed your time, and you can see that result. You can see what is going on. So you can make adjustments, proper adjustment, because you are accountable to your time. You can see exactly, oh, yesterday I spent 8 hours at work and only 2 hours at home. I spent 20 hours at work. So you're able to say, oh, that's not okay. I need to restructure. So that's one benefit of you managing your time. Another one is that when you are able to manage your time, better time management, you are more focused and you have more clarity of what you do with those your time. More focus, more clarity of the things you do with your time. So time management benefits you so much. And of course, if you have poor time management, the opposite of these things is what you get. And the worst of them all for me personally, I'm a very productive person by nature. And it's not about working from morning till night. That's not the point. It's about in the night you are tired, but you know that you've achieved something. Or in the night, maybe you're not even tired, but you are so sure of what you achieved. So if you don't manage your time well, you can be going from pillar to post from morning till night. You come back in the night, you still cannot gather together what you did on that day. Meanwhile, if you had managed your time very well, maybe you only worked 3 4 hours, but you are so full of yourself. You are full of the things you have done. You feel fruitful. That's why the advantage of you managing your
Yeah, you're
time.
satisfied.
So let's go into the Exactly. You are satisfied. I don't know. For me, it's very important. It's very important. Maybe some people they don't go through life. I don't just go through life. I live life. So I want to feel satisfied that today I decided, like my daughter, my children, sometimes when they did not do something in a particular day, and I ask them, what happened? They say, Mama, don't worry. I decided today to rest. It was my decision. I was not lazy. I decided because they know me. I don't like somebody just waking up and just all over the place, not
Mm,
progressing. So, but I said that if you decide today I'm going to do nothing, it's a decision you've made, then it's okay. Then you can also enjoy it without guilt.
yeah,
You understand? So that is very important. So going down to the tools that we need to manage our time, number one is knowing your priorities. There's a saying that says, if everything is a priority, then nothing
yes.
is. If everything is important at the same time, then nothing is. If everything is urgent at the same time, then nothing is. So, what are your priorities on a daily basis? What are the things that must be done, have to be done? Secondly, by you. What are the things that have to be done, must be done, then by you? Because there's some things that can be done, but it must not be done by you. You understand? So know your priorities. Know your priorities. And there are different techniques whereby you can start managing your time with your priorities. And the one I'll talk about today is the Eisenhower matrix. That was a very simple way to be able to manage your time, and or at the same time you are managing your energy and your resources, in the sense that it's like a four. You can do it like a box, or you do it like a flow. That is the first thing you do, both at work or at home or in your family life, is find out those things that are urgent and those things that are
Mhm.
important that you have to do every day. What I mean by urgent, I mean things that have a limited time. For example, you have to take your child to school. It must happen before 7 o'clock. So that is the urgency
Mm,
about that. And does your child go to school? Is it
very.
important? It is important. Taking your child to school is urgent and is important. So it's a top priority. So you have to find for yourself which activities are important to you, which activities are urgent to you. You have to put it in your head that these things, I must do them first, or I must do them myself, or I must do them now. You have to. It's a must. And you have to know these different activities. So the first one, urgent and important things, please do them immediately, as fast as you can, as thorough as you can, because they are life-changing events, things that are urgent, things that are important. The second one are things that they are not urgent, but they are important for you to do. So maybe you are supposed to go and drop something at the post office, and that is very important, but you know you can do it till 4 p.m.
Yeah.
So to be on the safe side, don't wait till 4 p.m. because though it's not urgent, but you know it's important that that thing goes away, that it's supposed to be posted. So as much as you can, try and do it on time. But you know that it's not urgent. You must not go out immediately, but you have to put it in to do it at a particular time. So that's the second thing you should put in your priorities. The third one is things that are urgent to do, but they're not important. They are urgent to do, but they're not very important. And that means somebody else can do it for you. You understand? Somebody else can do it for you, so you can delegate. And that is the power of delegation that you have to learn, that you must not do everything. You understand? You have to learn to delegate. The example I gave of my colleague getting 50 euro, me telling her to give me 30 euro, is a form of delegation.
Mm-hmm.
It's another form of delegation. You understand? You have to know which activities are the activities that I myself can do, nobody else can do it. You have to know those activities and the activities that somebody else can do to you. So that's the third one. So my question again to you: Are you delegating things? Even at home, are we delegating things to our children? They are growing years. Do you delegate things to them? Do you tell them as a parent, okay, it's your turn to take the bin out, it's your turn to cook, it's your turn to do this, it's your turn to do that. Even our partners, we can delegate things to them, because sometimes women, we suffer in silence, whereby we don't tell our partners what we want them to do. You understand? We want to do every single thing, and something that they can help us to do, will not tell them, will not ask for help, will not tell them, "Ah, do this for me." Give them as their own work. Even in the working place, you'll be the one to do this, do this, do this. But meanwhile, you can give some other activities, some other tasks to a junior colleague. So you have to learn that. I'm a person that I had to learn that. I'm a person that I love to do things myself, because I feel when I do it
Mm.
myself, it gets done well.
Done well, yeah.
But it's not the best thing. I have to pick the things that are expert to me, specific to me, that I have to do. The other things, if they're not doing it well, they will learn by doing it. They're going to
Mm.
learn by doing it. So don't kill yourself, don't break yourself down by doing everything. Then the last thing about this, in this Eisenhower matrix priority, is that you have to know things that you do every single day that are not urgent and that they are not important, but you still do it every single day, every single day. It's not bringing you life. It's not taking life. It's not bringing you life. It's not taking. There is nothing. It has no purpose, but we do it every day. I can't think of any example right now, but it brings you nothing. Such things you need to ignore. Such things, which I will talk about later, they are like time wasters. You need to just throw them away. Ignore them, throw them away, cut them away. They are distractions to you. Anything that is not urgent, is not important to you, it's just there. And you find yourself dedicatedly doing it. You need to remove it. So for your own self, try and make a quadrant for yourself, and see your daily tasks. Which are the things that I must do every single day that is urgent and important? Which are the things that I can start delegating? Check in your own, check in your working place. You can use it to manage your time. So maybe before you were using 1 hour to do that task, but because now you've delegated it, you've gained 1 hour of your life back to you, because you have delegated it. So it's very
Yeah.
important.
Hmm.
Then the second tool I use, or strategy, is what I call time blocking. I'm so big in this. I'm so big in this. And the opposite of it is being spontaneous. And that is what, funny enough, I'm learning. Because in life, there must be balance of everything.
Yeah.
I'm not a spontaneous person at all. Me, I'm so timed in almost everything and anything that I cannot be spontaneous. I cannot be spontaneous. And that is not okay. There's a place of being spontaneous in life. Understand? So me personally, I'm learning that again, to be spontaneous. My daughter, yesterday, she now said, "Mommy, let's be spontaneous. Let's go out on Thursday. Thursday is all public holiday here." And that is not
Mm.
even also being spontaneous, because I still have 2 days to plan for it.
Really.
Understand? So, but she knows me that if I had not put everything in place, I'll be in that place. I will not enjoy the situation there, because I did not plan every other thing. So that's
Mm.
personally what I learned. But going back to time blocking is a very simple strategy that you can use to achieve so many things. And I normally combine it with what they call, not me, the Pomodoro technique. I combine these things together. So let me explain how I do it. I Let me say, not my working hours, during my evenings or my weekends, I planned myself. I said, okay, maybe from anytime I woke up to 8 o'clock is my I'm doing my personal Bible reading, whatever I'm doing. Then before 10 o'clock is maybe breakfast. Then from 10, I can now block my time. I say from 10 to 12, I am preparing my content, my posts, my things for my business for the whole week. Then I can say from 12 to 1 o'clock, I am answering my emails. Then from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, I am looking for clients. Then from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, I'm cooking for the week. Then from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, I go for a walk. Then from 7 o'clock, I have my evening relaxation. This is how I block my time. So before 7 o'clock, you see that from 10 to 7 on a Saturday, on a particular day, I am I've had that time blocking. And at the end of that day, if you ask me what I did, I can tell you I did this, I did this, I did this. You understand? So
Yeah.
combining it with this Pomodoro technique. This Pomodoro technique is talking about, because of distraction, sometimes you cannot go 1 hour doing any particular job, especially if it has to do with you writing or computer or you reading, things like that. Or it
Mm.
depends on, or you cleaning, you might not be able to concentrate for more than 30 minutes or more than 1 hour. So what I do is that, okay, I want to write my post for next week or for 2 weeks. Then I have 2 hours. But I now put my alarm every 30 minutes, every 20, according to the strategy, is every 25 minutes. But me, I always do every 30 minutes. I put my alarm. I start to do that thing. After 30 minutes, my alarm rings. Then I relax. I do something else. I watch a distraction. I play a game for 5 minutes to relax my brain, to take it away from what I was doing. Then after that, I come back to that task. I put back my alarm. So in that way, you are more effective because you have rested your brain from that thing you are doing. You've had that your 5 minutes break, you've stretched yourself, you've moved. So I normally combine it, time blocking, with that. Especially for students, especially for entrepreneurs, especially for people, high achievers, is a very, very good technique to use, to say, okay, I have 4 hours. And before you use this technique, also, you have to know how long a particular activity takes you normally. So at the beginning, it might be difficult for you. At the beginning, you can say you can allot only 30 minutes for an activity that takes you 1 hour. So with time, you get to know yourself and how you work. So time blocking is something that I recommend to everybody, to students especially, to high performing people. You don't want to be working all the whole time, because if you have your own business, you come into the temptation of always working. Every minute your brain is
24
thinking about
hours.
your 24 hours. So, but if you can put this time block, say this is the time I'm doing this thing. After this time, no, I can rest, and I can rest and relax without feeling guilty. And if any idea comes into your mind outside this time, you write it down, and work on it only during this time. So you're having a balance. You're managing your time very well. You have your time where you are working and your time where you are dealing with families and relaxing. So that is a very important technique. And I say for students, try the Pomodoro technique, whereby you concentrate on a topic for about 25 minutes, 30 minutes, rest your head for 5 minutes, and go back to that topic or another topic. The third
Yeah.
thing to do about another technique is the 2 minute rule. The 2 minute rule. Anything that would take you 2 minutes to do, do it immediately. Funny enough, I yesterday one of my colleague was sick, so another colleague was saying, "Oh, I'm very bad in writing people when they are sick, or when there's something I don't like. I don't know. I just don't write." And I said, "Guess what? You can write now. It only take you 1 minute to do it. Write her and tell her, I know you love her so much, but you don't come to do it. Just do it now. It will not take you 1 minute." That's true. She just took out her phone and now write, "Oh, sorry, you're not feeling fine. Get well soon." Boom, finish. And I asked her, it's done. Anything that takes you less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. Don't postpone it. Because if you postpone it, you will never
Mm-hmm.
do it. So your brain is, you don't have to think, oh, later I must write. And no, it was just less than a minute in that case. So learn any activity that will take you less than 2 minutes to do it. Stop cluttering your head or your time unnecessarily. Do that thing and it's gone. Do that thing. So I want you to think, what activities can you just do that takes you 2 minutes to do? It might be that you don't like to do it. You understand? But postponing it doesn't make it any better. Postponing it doesn't make it any better. So the number four thing I want you to do is to remove time wasters.
Mm.
Some of us will go through life with a lot of time wasters. So I don't know what your time wasters are. So Share your time wasters with us in the comment section. What are the things that waste your time? Is it just going through? When I mean wasting your time, I mean that it's of no value to you, really, especially when you have something else to be doing at that time. That's the thing. It's of no value to you. Maybe it's just entertainment, feel like maybe, but you had something else to do at that time. But instead of doing that important thing, you are doing that unnecessary thing. So, what are those time wasters that you have? Share your time wasters. Is it scrolling on social media, attending some kind of meetings that are not bringing you any good? Are you in some groups that they have no value to you? So learn to remove this activity, declutter your
Mm.
time, remove distraction, remove time wasters. It will help you. You understand? It will help you. So if you find what your time waster is, because most of the time we know that those things are wasting our time, but we find it difficult to remove it because maybe it's giving us a particular pleasure. you know what I do like a reward system. Like now I want to watch a particular film, but I know I have a lot of work to do. So what do I do? First of all, I don't start a series when I have things to do. I don't even start any, those series whereby you cannot even watch one
Yeah.
episode. You have to work, you have to finish it. So number one rule, I don't start it. I don't start it. Secondly, if I'm even watching something, I tell myself, okay, I'm going to work one hour, watch that thing for 10 minutes.
Mm.
As word. Or if I can finish it in 4 hours, then I can watch that word system just because it's pleasurable and all work and no play is done. But do those things in a place of the most important things you have to do. At the end of the day, you will not feel fulfilled or satisfied or productive. So find those time wasters. I have to delete Facebook. Yes, someone said that's the main reason they have to delete Facebook. My kids sometimes, some of them that are on social media, they when they're having exams, they I don't know, they call it somehow, not delete, they suspend their social media channels
Yeah.
until they finish reading, having their exams, or else, information, things that are coming up will just distract them. They'll be watching that instead of them reading. So it's very important for you to identify your time wasters and also look for ways, strategies to reduce it or eliminate it. That's the thing. Reduce it or eliminate it for maybe for a particular time or for normal way, just to remove it from you. Good. Then also, for example, you can also be doing something productive at checking your emails, but you are checking your emails every minute or checking your WhatsApp every minute. You can tell yourself, so someone
Mm.
to be doing that. I leave my messages and I check them at a particular time. I'm learning that because I say, it's important. It's important. Nine, not everything is important. If it's important,
Yeah.
they'll find a way to you. So you can tell yourself, okay, by 9, I'll check my emails and my WhatsApp, actually on a busy day when you're working, or I'll check it by 9, I'll check it by 12, I'll check it by 3. And when you start, we're talking about habits, when you start doing those things, your body, that craving that is always craving to touch your phone, to go, will be reducing until it will relax you. I've had people that have what they call it, problem with listening to news. Just they want to listen to news, every news. It sounds good, but it was a problem. So they had to now go into therapy whereby they'll tell them, okay, you watch the news in the morning, the next news you're watching is in the afternoon, the next one is in the evening. Finish. They were addicted to it. And you know what news
Mm.
can do to us? It depends on the kind of news. Good news, bad news, different kind of news can just change your mood, can turn you into something that you don't want to be. So the number 5 one is for you to create a to-do list. A to-do list.
Very
And
important.
I, very important. And I go a step further to have my, how would I call it? My highlight of the day. this particular thing is what I have maybe 10 things on my to-do list. But this particular one is the highlight. If I don't do all those 10, I must do this one. You understand? And every day in the evening, I will check it for the next day. And on that, in the morning, when I'm going through my goals, I review it. It might be something as simple like last week, Monday, it was me to post my daughter's, she needed something from me. And that was part of my priorities for that day. I had other things to do, but that particular one was my highlight. I must post that thing. No matter what I did, that thing must get posted. So when you do like this, you see that you all those things you have been wanting to do, you get them done. Add your to-do list. Say, okay, today I need to call this person. I need to call this person. I need to check my, arrange my papers. I need to go make an appointment. I need to do. You write them down. Having a to-do list will really help you. You understand? When you write those
Mm-hmm.
things down to help you, then you now choose a particular one for that day that is a priority that you know that you must do. Personally, it helps me a lot. Today now I have a particular thing. I say, no matter what happens, this particular thing, no, I must create this video. So before I started this live, because I know later it might be a problem, and because that one was in my to-do list and it was also one of my highlights, I did it before this time. You understand? So doing those things will make you have use your time well and use your time in the right time. You know. So the last one is you having protected time. Because now we have talked about time for work, time for this, and time wasters, this, that. But you also need times that are protected, your boundaries. You know, you have to set tell yourself, evenings are my time with my family. This is my protect, no work, no this, no that. This is my protected time. If your own is in the morning, if your own is Mondays, some people's own are Sundays, some people's own are Saturday, you protect that time. Because like I said, use your time that time God has given to you, use it. If you, like I asked in the beginning, if you have one hour extra, what will you do? You do it. Put that 1 hour in your protected time and carve it out. So I want us to commit ourselves to having a protected time, a
Mm-hmm.
boundary with our time. And there's one thing I learned. He said, when somebody asks you to do something, or you have to do something, and you don't say, yes, I will do that immediately in terms of your time, then most likely you don't do that thing or think very well before you do that thing, because to be a waste of time. You can do that thing, but you will not have the satisfaction and the fulfillment in doing that thing. So these are the 6 things, 6 strategies. One, having your knowing your priorities and doing them. You know, knowing the things that are urgent, things that are important, and things like that. Using time blocks, adding the Pomodoro technique of you rewarding yourself after every 25 minutes, rewarding yourself with rest, with 5 minutes rest to reset your head, you know. The third one we talked about your 2 minutes rule. Anything that will take you 2 minutes. If I'm waiting at the bus stop, I will just send that message to my sister. I'll just reply that email, and it's gone. Then the next one we talked about declutter, to for you to declutter your time, to remove time wasters, to remove distractions, especially if you want to achieve something. Don't do those time wasters in place of your time of doing more productive things. The fifth one we talked about having a to-do list and having an highlight of the day. And the last one we talked about your protective time. When you protect your time, you are able to come back to yourself, because you need time to come back to yourself to have your strength. And most of the time, your protected time should be at your weakest time, the times whereby you are weak. Protect it. Some people, in their mornings, when they wake up in the morning, you ask them 1 plus 1, they'll tell you it's 10. They are weak. You cannot communicate with them. So don't put any activity at that time. Just let it be, okay, this time is for me. Or if your own is in the evening like me, that I really enjoy my evening calming down, then let your protected time be that time. You know, very important that you understand that time management is not about doing more. That's not the, I pray I do not give that idea of that you're trying to do more. That's not my
Oh.
my essence. Is What are you doing? Your actions, do they align with your goals, with your energy, and with your priorities? So that's where I will stop for today.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Coach Ify. Let me just, when you were talking about time blocking, it's something that I did very well at work. Funny
Okay.
enough, not even at home per se. Because when I get to the office most mornings, there's one particular office that made me develop this habit. It's not something I've always done, but there was a particular place that I worked that by the time I get to the office and turn on my system, there is a I don't know how
Oh,
to describe it, list of things for me to do. And initially I would just dive in and begin to do the work. And at the end of the day, I've not really achieved anything. So I began to block my time. I would, once I see all the tasks for the day, I look at all of them. Figure out, like you said, the ones that are most important. They're urgent and they're important. I set out the time for those ones first because I know that that time I come to work, my energy is high. By the
exactly.
time it's getting towards the afternoon, I'm getting tired. So I don't need to put any important tasks by that time. So I would sit down, block out the time, even put in the breaks. I would use my Outlook because this Outlook we were using in the office then. I would use my Outlook calendar, put in the what I'm doing at this time, put in my breaks, set all the alarms, then I start work. And there's some things you do and you don't know it has a name. This, what you
Name.
talk about, the Pomodoro technique. I used to do it, concentrated 30 minutes, then I'll take my break. But I didn't know it had a name till maybe like 2 years ago. I didn't know that was what it was called. But 30 minutes, don't even come to my office. Don't even talk to me. Don't say anything. I'm working. Once I get up, for my system would do make a noise when it's time to stand up. We can play, we can do whatever. That 5 minutes I have, then back to work. So I found that by doing that, by the end of the day, I had achieved so much. Unlike when I would just come and begin to work, start doing all the things that in quotes I had to do. So it is essential. It helps you manage your time and it helps you be more productive. I can tell you
Yeah.
this as a fact because I've experienced it. You bring out more, you produce more and more quality, not even just more work. You produce
Exactly.
quality output when you manage your time well, when you do time blocking or Pomodoro, whichever one works for you. You must not do time blocking. You must not do the Pomodoro
Okay.
technique. You must not do the Pareto's principle. There's another one called Pareto principle. 80% of the things you take 20% of the time or something like. You must not do any particular one. Find the one that works for you.
Really a system that works for you, yeah.
Yes, and apply it. Then, this having time. I was discussing, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I was talking with my husband and some people that came to visit. And I think that when my children were young, okay, yes, we were talking about how children favor their mothers and they don't favor their fathers. Yet the father is working hard, bringing money. I says it's not about working hard and bringing money. It's about, and I'll give an example. When my children were young, once I come back from work, it doesn't matter whether my day was difficult, my day was easy, my day was full. Once I come back from work and take off my clothes, we had this open space beside our house. We go there and we play ball. That time, no, nothing else. That time is blocked. It made me I didn't attend a lot of fellowships that time and things like that, but this time was very important for me. So we would go play this. I was explaining to them. Now, if you're the child, why will you not favor me? Because you saw me, I
Leave
still
that
went.
person. Exactly.
Why would you not really? I went to
Yeah.
work, I came back, and now sat with you and we played ball before I even now went in to, conclude dinner and everything. So why would you not favor me? Yes, the father also went to work, but he came back and went to lie down or something.
That is
So,
it.
you know,
That is it.
yeah, we don't realize the effect some of these things have until much later. So it is essential that we learn how to manage our time, time blocking, the having special time, whichever one you think works for you, use it, apply it. And like I said, this is not theory. These things we are telling you, they're not theories.
Ah,
They are proven. They are proven. They work. They work. And another thing that worked for me was by Sunday, I've prepared for the week, not even just for Monday.
yeah.
What are we going to
That's,
wear? The children, what would they wear? All those things. By Sunday, all those, the clothes are laid out. My own clothes for the week have been brought out,
plan.
ironed, and hung, waiting for each day of the week I pick. It's not that morning I start running around like chicken, they cut off the head to find what to wear. It's already planned out.
Even cooking, even cooking, even cooking, even going shopping, in bulk.
Mhm.
These are the things that you can use to manage your time. Also, there are so many ways you can use to manage
Yes.
your time.
Yeah, it's very essential. And like I said, you are more productive when you manage your time.
Mm,
It's not to, begin to do work. It doesn't work when you do like that. You just, oh, I have a lot to do. Let me just begin to, knock them out one by one. There is no plan. At the end of the day,
plan.
you've not really achieved much. That's what you'll find. But when you do take time to plan it properly, decide what is priority and what is not, and attack those ones first, you will have a more productive day. At the end of the day, you'll be smiling, even though you had a very stressful day.
Exactly.
You'll still be
Exactly.
smiling because you have achieved a lot. Okay, thank you so much. Oh, okay.
Well,
Okay, okay, Favor, yes. You're my partner in social media. I can see. I had to delete the games on my phone. Right now, there's no single game on my phone because I found out that my problem was not scrolling through WhatsApp, scrolling through Facebook. It's games. I would be on my
games.
phone playing games, playing hours. Hours have passed. I'm still playing one game or the other. So I woke up one morning and deleted all the games on my phone, all the games on my tablet, deleted all. Now I'm seeing now that I'm replacing that addiction with scrolling now.
With
I'm
okay.
scrolling, aimlessly scrolling through through social media. But just like when we talked about breaking bad habits, you can't just break a bad habit. You have to replace it.
Replace
You
it.
have to replace it.
Yes.
So once you
Yes.
don't replace it, your brain needs that dopamine, that reward from whatever that habit.
Yeah.
It needs it. So you have to find something else that will give the brain that same feeling, that same reward that is seeking. If you don't, you just relax back into the habit and
That's true.
probably
That's true.
worse than before you try to break it.
Oh,
So,
that's it.
yes, thank you
That's it.
so much, Coach Ify. You have given us a lot of food for thought, a lot of assignments, actually, a lot of things we need to put our mind to and try to work out for ourselves. Um, eh, Another thing that helps, let me just add this as we conclude, find an accountability partner. When we say accountability
Mm.
partner, it doesn't mean that, your accountability can actually be your phone. Do we know that our phone can be our accountability partner? You know, Something I also did when I saw that I was replacing the game addiction with aimless scrolling, I found out that there's this app, even though I've deleted it now because my phone was so full. There's this app that you can put in, like, I will be on Twitter for only 1 hour. I will be on
Lots. Yeah.
Facebook 2 hours.
Yeah.
Once 2 hours you are
For the
on
day,
Facebook,
reach it
it will
to
block that app. It will
exactly.
block it for you. Can't open that app again. So I actually had to do that at a point. put that up. Now I've deleted it because my phone seemed to be full of videos and everything. And for me, my videos are more important than than that app. So I deleted the app. I can't even remember the name. But if you search, you will find there are a lot
Yeah.
of things that can hold you accountable. Of course, you can have a human being that will hold you accountable, but you also have your phones. They can actually hold you accountable to being more time conscious and managing your time better. Even habit trackers, planners, things like that, they all help, but you have to deploy them. They cannot, work on their own. You have to apply them and you have to make use of them. All right, thank you once again, Coach Ify. So we have some assignments from what you have told us. We need to, that 1 hour question, if you had 1 extra hour in your day, what would you do with that 1 hour? I think each of us needs to sit down and answer that question. And then we prioritize that thing. We know that that thing is an important thing in our lives, and we find time for it. Anything you truly, truly value, you will find time for. When people tell me, I didn't have time, it's not true. You didn't look for. When you look for time, you will find it. Like you said, if you want to wake up earlier, you sleep earlier in the night so that you can wake up, that extra 1 hour, that extra 30 minutes you need in the morning. It has to come from somewhere. Come from somewhere. Yeah, so let's all do that assignment. Find out what that thing you would do with that 1 hour is, and then apply your, let's say, heart and mind to that one thing. Find time for that thing you would do if you had an extra hour in a day, and do it. All right, then from the things Coach Ify spoke about today, pick one. Pick one of the time management methods, time management techniques she mentioned, and begin to apply it daily in your life. You will come back and give us your, as they say, testimony. You will come back, I know, because like I said, these things are tested. They are not just theory. They are things that we ourselves have tried, and we know that it works. So we have two assignments. One is the 1 hour assignment. What would you do if you had 1 extra hour? The second one is what technique amongst what Coach Ify taught us today would you apply in the coming weeks? Okay, so that brings us to the end of this session for today. But like I said when I started, in the next 30 minutes, yes, in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to have a virtual launch of my book. I'm sure everybody's wondering, why are you launching this book? You didn't launch the other ones. I will explain if you join that session. Just a brief 20-minute session, and I'll just give a little backstory of my new book, Change Your Words, Change Your Life. It's going to be on live Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Hopefully, everything will work this time around, and I will not be wondering, is anybody there? So join me in the next 30 minutes. That's 2:30 Nigerian time. I think it's still the same time where you are, if you
No, no, it's 1 hour difference.
1 hour.
It's 3:30 German time then.
Okay. So in the next 30 minutes, we will quickly do that launch of that book. Then I'll put up the links for you to buy the book. And for this one, if you're in Nigeria, it's only the e-copy. I'm not printing hard copy now. I'll print a hard copy later. But for now, there's a reason why I'm not printing a hard copy. But if you're in the UK, in the US, Canada, Australia, you can get the hard copies from Amazon. But all this will be released in the next 30 minutes. So join me once again in the next 30 minutes. I will go live and we will launch that book. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon on Growth Habits with Ngozi. Remember to make today and every day count. Be valuable always and ensure that you are growing. Follow us on all our social media handles: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We're there. Growth Habits with Ngozi. And do have yourself an awesome, awesome day. Thank you so much, Coach Ify. I know when we
Well,
call you again, you will surely answer us.
yes, sir.
Bye, everyone.
Congratulations.
Thank
Bye.
thank you. Bye.